I'm good.
You guys have eclipsed your home run total from last season. You had 5 tonight. I just wonder what your thoughts are about the way you guys continue to hit home runs.
Well, we got some guys that are big and strong, like I always talk about, and they're confident, and it's just kind of feeding off each other a little bit. They work extremely hard with Coach Vitello and Coach Elander offensively most every day, and I say it all the time. We thought we'd have some pop in the fall because we did hit a lot of balls out of the park and off the fence, and guys are starting to get into a groove a little bit. They've got some at bats under their belt and seeing the ball pretty good. And it's a big part of our offense. We don't sack bunt a whole lot, just kind of pick and choose when we do it. But we try to put together a couple of big innings a game. We got a good chance of winning.
Was that bats by Spanberger? I think he scored runs in his first 3 at bats, the 2 wild pitches in the third. What do you think of his game?
Well, he had a great game. I mean, obviously, first batter of the game for us strikes out, and he doesn't mess around. He hits first pitch fastball opposite field out of the park, and then his next at bat, we have a rally rolling. Starts with 2 outs with Jack Spiggers with 2 strikes, singles up the middle, and I think he hits. I think they hit Arledge, and a few pitches later, Spanberger hits a curveball down the right field line, drives in 2, and all of a sudden we're up 3-0. And his next at bat, he didn't even have to swing the bat, and he caused problems. Tried to intentionally walk him. The pitcher threw the ball over the catcher's head, and Bonfield got a little upset that they probably pitched around Chad to get to him, and he got him a breaking ball and hit a home run. So still causing problems without swinging the bat because it's such a threat right now.
You just want the night out of there because you had such a big lead.
Yeah, I mean, what did he throw, 80, 88 pitches? That was plenty. He's on a shorter week than last week, and just felt like, his stuff, it wasn't as good as it's been, and I think he'd tell you his command, a lot of pitches were belt high, especially the first few innings, and then he had a good inning or 2, and he just wasn't quite as sharp as he normally is, and we're going to need those innings down the road. His next outing will be next Friday at Auburn, who's awfully good, and they pitch awfully good, so just felt like we needed to get him out of there.
So I see Alex continue to swing the bat well and get that home run there in the 8th.
Yeah, Alex Gosser. Yeah, I mean, Alex works hard every day and catches a lot of bullpens and takes batting practice, and he's been swinging it good in practice, to the point where I've even considered DHing him, and also considered bringing him in a couple of situations to pinch hit, and he's earning his time at the plate. So yeah, it was good to see him. He laid off 2 pitches that some of the other guys couldn't lay off because it's a little different style pitcher that they brought in there for those last 3 innings, and he laid off that second one that kind of went down and away. It looked good out of his hand, and then he got something elevated that he could hit, and it was just a good at bat. But it was good to see him get his home run. I don't know if that's his first college home run here. I was thinking it might be. Just happy for him.
How are you guys able to overcome the pitching injuries and keep rolling in the SEC?
We just we lost those 2 guys, McKinney and Campbell. Yeah, it was a little bit of a blow. Obviously, I mean, we knew we could hit, and we thought we had some pitching, and we just told the team right before the season started, we're just gonna persevere. We're gonna do it without them, and we believe in you, and we just keep fighting, and all the coaches, we believed it because we felt like we had enough. It's hard losing those type of guys, but we knew we were gonna have to score runs and play good defense, and so far we've done a pretty good job of that.
You confident the rest of the rotation going forward through the season?
Yeah, I mean, I have to be. It's what we got, So, we've had some really good outings on Saturdays and Sundays, or game 2 and 3, and like everybody else, we've had some days that didn't go so well. So, when that happens, you go to the next guy and you got to score runs, and you got to get big hits when people are in scoring position and score runs with 2 outs, and we've done a lot of that.
Figure that Knight's reputation just kind of changed their rotation as far as saving their 2
I don't know what happened. I didn't ask him either. know that last night we got a call. I don't know if it was 9 or 9:30, and I think they got a hold of John Thomas, our SID. Make sure you put his name in the paper. And you know, he sent out a text to the coaches and said that you know, that they had kind of flipped the two guys. So, you know, it's like we told our hitters, you know, we're going to have to face him anyway. So let's, you know, we'd prepared a little bit for the lefty, obviously, because that's who we thought was going. But, you know, I'm sure there was a reason, and they just felt like that their guy needed another day's rest, and if that's the case, I don't blame him.
What's it been like to have the offense for Blaine to get him out and save his arm a little bit these last couple of weeks?
Well, it's been good. You know, it's a long season. You know, we have 20 games left. So, you know, Blaine's going to get his start once a week, and every inning that we can save him, you know, might save us at the end of the year. So it's been really, really, you know, I mentioned that to the team in the outfield after the game. Great job of scoring runs and giving us a chance to get Blaine out of the game. And at the same time, you know, Blaine didn't have his best stuff tonight. And, you know, they picked him up, and he still pitched great. But he, you know, I don't think he had to pitch with the stress.
You all have won all of your SEC openers this year, and the last four have been pretty dominant. I just wonder what you thought about the way your team's been playing in these openings.
It's pretty focused offense, and obviously Blaine's pitched extremely well. Team's confident, but you know, the offense faced some really good pitching, and you know, found a way to come through with some big hits and have put up some runs on Fridays. And you know, so far so good. You know, it's something that you hope for. You don't think, you know, deep down it's probably going to happen 10 straight weeks, but we'll take as many as we get.
You talked about the injuries to the pitching staff. How does Blaine Knight? Has he been a major? How has he been a spark plug for the team?
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious. He gets the ball the first game of every series and goes out and eats up 6, 7, 8 innings most of the time, and gives us a chance to save our bullpen a little bit. So doesn't walk very many people. Keeps the position players on their toes all the time. So, you know, I'd have to call that's probably the way he sparks our team.